What's up, everybody? It's King Spider, and you're tuned in to Jigga Set Radio.
Where you seen that on the internet? Nah, I was listening to Jigga Set. Oh, I be listening to every show, keeping me all in the know on Jigga Set Radio. Where you seen that on the internet? Nah, I was listening to Jigga Set. Oh, I be listening to every show, keeping me all in the know on Jigga Set Radio.
Welcome to another episode of Jigga Set Radio. We're here with another guest, y'all. But before I bring the guest on, please like, share, and subscribe to the JSR Media channel on YouTube and the other platforms that we on, because we everywhere, baby. Welcome to the stage. We're welcoming Spider, y'all, because I finally got him on. Welcome to the stage,
Man. It's a pleasure to be here, man. I really appreciate it. So thank you for having me on the show.
Yeah, no problem, man. So a little background story. We were having some technical issues. We had to restart this episode like 15 times. But it's cool because we here, we lit, and y'all watching. I hope y'all drinking with us. So welcome to the show. Drink response, please. JSR does promote drinking responsibly. Please don't be doing dumb shit. Welcome to the show. Appreciate it. Tell the people who you is, where you from, what you be doing, all the good shit.
Man, you already know it's your boy King Spider. You tuned in with the one and only Jigga Set Radio. A little bit about myself is I'm an entrepreneur, so I do dance, but I want y'all to focus on my art and my tattooing because it's a lot of talent that I have and that I like to present. So don't think you can just put me in a box.
Okay. Unscalable.
It's like,
yes,
Don't put me
it's
in a box.
unscalable.
Nah,
You can't do all that. All right. No, that's lit, though. You mentioned in the first take that you were 25. Right?
Yeah, I'm 25 years old. Scorpio, by the way.
Okay. Yeah. Mm-hmm. Bruh.
No, don't do Scorpios.
No, y'all just think a lot. We actually had did our first shot, and we don't need to retake the shot.
I think we did. Why the fuck, man?
Come on, let's do
Can we send one member of production?
Production, please.
Production. Can we just get one member of production?
One thing that we can definitely toast to is the growth of JSR, y'all. It's been over a year since we've been.
You owe it.
Oop. JSR is. And we see the intern.
Come on, look at it.
So we have interns now. It's
What's up,
pretty
production?
good. If you don't mind, darling, pulling us a shot live on the air behind us.
Please.
Behind us. Thank you so much. Thank you so much. And while she does that, we gonna keep this thing on going. You said that you wouldn't define yourself be put in some type of box, right?
Correct.
How long did it take you to get to that process of recognizing that I can't be defined by one simple statement? I'm more than just a category.
I felt like that probably since I graduated because it's a lot of labels that people try to put on us as Black people just in general. But I feel like it's important that we break through and elevate past those expectations and just what people just expect of us. So you can't put us in a box. Me specifically, you can't put me in a box. And I know a lot of other Black people, they can't put us in a box.
Already. One thing I was going to say, because I've known you for a few years now, and I can say that you're very mature and just very somber for your age. And so
72, because I thought you were.
I actually thought you were. With that being said, let's talk about your upbringing, because normally I lead with the upbringing process. So let's talk about your childhood. Let's talk about the man you are now. Like, what led to that?
Okay. I grew up in Baton Rouge, Louisiana. So I have a lot of hard work under my belt. All my family, they work pretty hard. They own their own businesses. And so I feel like that trickled down into me, but I don't stay in Louisiana. I stay in Texas.
Yep.
And I did move when I was like in middle school and I graduated out here. So it took me a while to find my placement and my footing, but I feel like I'm awoken now and I understand more of who I am and my roots. So I can really appreciate that. And I think that
You think what?
I don't know. It's just like, I don't know. I still don't really just know 100% of, like me personally, but I feel like I have a good understanding of where I'm supposed to be headed.
You're 25, man. You still got a 3/4 roughly, give or take.
You know?
Of your life remaining.
Yeah.
Yeah, you don't have to have it all figured out.
Yeah,
Hell,
I'm taking
I'm
my
at-
time, just seeing what I like and what I don't like, and just going with the flow a
This is
little
life
bit.
is about. It's like you have to feel your way. It's like being in the bubble.
Yeah.
Right. You move over here. This shit can work out because it got in the fucking way. So
Yeah.
you move over. And
Yeah.
you try to stay on the course that is in front of you, but sometimes you get a detour and you bump there because that wasn't what you
I drink to that, man.
Yes. And we'll get to the shots here in a second. And with that being said, like I said, you seem very mature for your age. And don't worry about the whole gotta know everything right now. 'Cause
Yeah.
I'm 35. I'm 10 years over you, and I still am trying to figure this shit out. And life is a feeling process. It's,
Yeah.
I think that came from Big Sean. Shout out to Big Sean. He
Big
said,
Sean, come on the show.
"Come on the show, Big Sean, come on the show, man. We gonna tag in stuff." But yeah, so yeah, life is a feeling process. So you just go
Enjoy this shit while it lasts.
and
man.
live life to the fullest. So we're gonna cheers to that.
Cheers to
Live
that.
life to the fullest. On the
That's
camera.
what
Look, you right in front of the camera.
We should have been shot into there, but we taking the
We're gonna keep it. We're gonna keep it slow because there's been a couple of episodes where people get slushy.
Ooh.
Nice.
Shit.
Oh, wow. This thing gonna come in here and hit you upside the head.
She gonna come through that window.
She done reached.
You had to educate Spider on the sneaky link because I'm a mixologist, guys, and you need to guess what the previous guests have been on the show. They can attest to it. Almost all of them have said that, "Oh, this smells good," and then a few movies.
You need to hit the right button.
Yep.
A few moments later.
I end up having a situation to where, we're taking a break, guys. We're taking a water break. We'll be right back with that. But yeah, with that being said, let's go into the boxes or the non-boxes
Yeah.
that you have with that's behind Spider. Let's talk about your art.
Okay.
Because we see you tatted up on the neck and everything. You got the visuals,
Down on the
guys.
legs,
And down to the legs too.
So
So
can't see it.
let's
so I'm telling you.
yes. Let's talk about that journey. Your first tattoo, why you got the tattoo, and then like why you live for the art culture.
Okay. My first tattoos, I did have to sneak and get them. I was like, let me get my mom's
At
birthday.
the hometown or here in Texas?
It was here in Texas.
Okay.
So I had went to this guy's apartment. He liked my auntie, so he was like, okay, I like her, so let me go and do her nephews real quick. And that's how it happened.
Mm-hmm.
But my best friend told my mom. So she already knew. I just went ahead and told her because, hey, I know she didn't care pretty much. But I think that was probably like 16 when that happened, 16, 17. And I started tattooing when I was around 20, 21. So it's been about 4 years since I've been tattooing now. And something, yeah, as a tattoo artist. So I've done my apprenticeship and everything. And I did grow up drawing and painting, but nobody ever told me like it's a career that you can create out of it. It's just something that I did for fun. But once I was getting in trouble and I realized like that I had people that would support me within my journey, then I took it serious. So I did my apprenticeships, and right now I'm focused on like cartoon style, anime, and black and gray style. So really stick to it.
And you can attest to this because you are younger. Also, how important is it to have the support system when you're younger and you're still trying to figure things out? How, in your own testament, what did that do for you knowing that your family supported you, your friends supported you? Like, how does that make you feel?
As far as people supporting you, I feel like you have to be your biggest supporter because you can't rely on other people to come and hold your hand. You just gotta do what you gotta do at the end of the day. And it's gonna be people that you expect to support you, but in the end, like I said, it's gonna come down to you and what you love doing. So I love tattooing, I love creating art, and I feel like it inspires others. So I'm gonna keep doing it. I'm gonna keep doing it for me and for other people as well.
Absolutely. And so, did you have to learn that? Did you have to be disappointed a couple times to realize that you are your biggest fan?
Yeah, I did have to. I did have to become disappointed more than once or more than I would have liked. But I feel like everything is a lesson. It's gonna teach you something, or it's gonna be something that's gonna. It's gonna either teach you what you need to know in order to elevate, or if not, you're gonna keep repeating the same
Exactly.
lesson,
Insanity.
right? To make you want to go crazy.
Just in general, if you're not learning from your mistakes, then that is insanity. Like you keep committing the same offense every single time, right? Think about the people that, like I said, they go to jail, things like that, right? And if when they get reconstituted or what is it when they go back into society, yes, and they literally just do the same thing over and over to get thrown back in jail, and literally most of their life they're spending in and out of jail. That is the definition of insanity. You're not taking the time to realize that to be rehabilitated. Yes.
I say easy because once you, like, if you're a felon and you get out of jail, it's so many obstacles and like stipulations and hoops that they want you to jump through. And when it's not that crucial.
For sure, because you can't vote.
Oh yes, I definitely can attest to that. So just being able to not have a normal life like somebody else, the limits on the voting, the limits on the type of jobs you can get because you have a background.
Exactly.
It's so much harder to get a job. But the crazy part is, which I've researched, that's just in America.
Yeah, true.
I've seen other countries, like literally they put them in programs, educate them and everything. So when they get back into society, however long they've been in prison, like they
can still function.
They can still function and get around and get a job. Like literally they have job programs in prison.
And that's crazy that if you're in prison to be rehabilitated, that when you come out, you can't get a job, but you're required when you're on probation to have a fucking job.
But they make it fucking impossible.
Yes.
Right. It can be possible. Just a second. Can you go ahead and turn your microphone?
Yes.
Possession is telling us that you can't hear you. Thank you so much.
How's that, guys?
Can we get some claps? Thank you. And just
All right, so we were talking about rehabilitation, the definition of insanity. Let's talk about continue going through the various boxes that people try to contain you in, right? Okay. And so we talked about the tattooing and what that means to you. Let's talk about your entertainment.
Okay.
And that is considered a pastime of yours, right?
Yeah, it's just something that I do like in the meantime, just like in my spare time, or just when I feel like I have some steam that I want to go blow off, and might go shake a little tail feather.
Yeah, no, I feel that. And so there's a
good definition, not just
So of course, when one thinks of dancing, right, that is a form of art.
It is.
And so an expression. So when you say blow off steam, since you chose to be what is the proper term? What label do you want to put on it?
You could say a stripper, you could say entertainer, but
a male entertainer.
Yeah, male entertainer.
All right, cool. Being a male entertainer, when you've done it multiple times, what does that feel like? Like after you get done, you're not doing it for the cloud. You're not doing it for anything. What does that feel like after you finish one of your sessions out or whatever venue you're going to? You get flued out too. I've seen it. So what does that feel like knowing that when you're in that session, you're in that moment, other people are watching you and desiring you, whatever the case is. Like, how does that make you feel?
Honestly, I feel like free. I don't have to worry about anything else in that moment besides expressing my emotions and what I feel. And I like to feed off the energy of the audience as well. So if I know that they're liking it, they're loving like what they're seeing, I'm gonna make sure I get on my best work because I'm sure they've never seen probably like a male dancer like me that probably does pole. So it's something different, something unique that is refreshing in the mind. They don't see it every day. So when they see it, they're blown away or just they have this type of energy about them that is really interesting. And I like to see the reaction that I get from people when I entertain them or, as I'm performing.
Yeah, for sure. And so then just thinking about on that same tangent, what you have to do to maintain being a male entertainer.
I mean, it gets expensive. It gets expensive sometimes. Okay, let's talk about like costumes and outfit. Depending on if it's a theme or an event, you have to make sure that you're dressed appropriately because you don't want to look like just anybody that probably walked in off the street. You have to dress so they know, okay, he's set apart, like he's different.
Right.
They're different. They're not gonna be average. They're gonna bring you a show and something that you're gonna remember, right?
Yeah, absolutely.
So you can't be just on basic. You have to like be over the top.
Is that like a per gig situation, or
I feel like it should be something consistent, like all across the board.
Yeah. Okay. Oh, well, yeah.
It doesn't matter where you are or like who you're performing for. Like your outfit should be the basic, like, top tier of you.
Yeah, so you should definitely put it.
Invest in yourself.
Yeah, definitely invest in yourself, and not just the financial side. So let's talk about the physical side, right? And so, like, how many days a week do you work out?
I would say like between 3 and 4 days a week because I do like to rest and give my body time to recover.
Yeah.
Because it's a lot. It's a lot of strain on the body. Just the gym in general, as well as pole dancing or doing silks. It's all gonna strain your body. So it's important to take care of it.
Rest
You
and
know?
recover.
So with that being said, I am vegan.
That was gonna be my next thing to bring up. Were you always vegan?
No, I was not.
Okay, so
from Louisiana.
Yeah, I'm from Louisiana, man. So,
I just want to put something on the record.
yeah, I come from crawfish boils, like turkey necks, turkey wings, pig lips, anything you can imagine.
What is a big lip?
Pig lips. I don't want to. if you know what a pig lip is, man, you know what a pig lip is. But frog legs, everything.
I know what frog leg is, but I'm still stuck on this fucking pig.
What the hell is a
So
pig lip?
I know they got lips, but damn, you
It's
can't
like
eat.
it's the lip, yeah.
Oh, okay. I didn't know that was sort of something.
Yeah.
It's the lip. Now, when I was younger, my mom she used to joke around and be like, "Pig lip, like pig pussy."
That's why I said I don't know if that was something else.
I mean, I hope she was joking, but but yeah, pig lips. I'm used to eating pretty much damn near anything.
So what made you transform? Goes to the other side of the fence.
So there was one point in time where I was eating a lot of fast food, and as you educate yourself on the type of stuff that you eat or the type of stuff that you digest and put in your body, you understand that it does have short and long-term effects.
Mm-hmm.
So I feel like let's just think about like just the basic healthy eating, right? You know, it's gonna like what you eat, what you put inside of your body is in turn is what like you're replacing your cells with in a sense. So you want to eat to live because it's gonna put more life, more energy into your body versus if you're eating something on a bad diet, you're gonna be able to tell.
Absolutely, yeah. Eating clean, and I'd imagine that it also affects your performance.
Yeah, it really gets deep, so that's why I'm
Yeah,
kinda,
no, you're good. No, you're
all
good.
over the place because it really gets deep.
You're good. No, so what age was that, by the way?
I've only been probably vegan like maybe 3 years or something like that.
And do you miss any of
And
that?
I definitely miss it. I'm not gonna lie, but it's like you have to look at the bigger picture.
Yeah.
So
No, I feel
you are what you eat, basically. You are
Absolutely.
what you eat.
Absolutely. With that being said, we're going to take a brief break for some ad inserts and commercials and stuff. Y'all stay tuned and come on back. All right? Welcome back, guys. We are back from break. And make sure, if you haven't done so already, subscribe and share the podcast because we need more views. And our guests need the views too. And we love supporting you guys. But we're back from break. And we still have King Spider on the show. And y'all make some noise for him. He's been doing pretty good, y'all. He's been on the show.
Yeah, make sure y'all like, subscribe, comment. You hear me? Yes, sir. We trying to get paid too. Shit.
That's a great transition because one of the things I wanted to talk about was in the industry of male entertainment, getting paid. And what does that look like as far as reliability of payments and things like that? Talk me through, but you don't have to go into detail as far as the names and people that may have put you in a place, where's my money, Rihanna style. But like, let's talk about just in general, like what does that look like as far as like reliability of payments and what should one do that's going into this industry to ensure that they're getting paid?
Okay, yeah. So I don't do any underground like entertainment as far as like dick dancing and stuff. So I dance for whoever walks in the club, basically. So I get paid off of tips unless I get a booking. And whenever I get bookings, I try to make sure I get paid in advance or at least get a deposit because it is people in the industry that those people in the industry that they be faking and flogging, like they got it and everything, but in reality, they're really, if they feel like they can get away with it, they won't pay you. Just make sure y'all getting paid up front. Make sure y'all getting y'all bookings, at least deposits, before y'all travel for bookings.
Absolutely.
You don't spend your own money for it.
Yeah, definitely don't. You shouldn't have.
So breaking down the process just a little bit. When you get flued out, you get booked out in a different city. It can be in Dallas, or it can be somewhere else too.
Yeah.
I've seen on your stories when you get flued out. So, like, when you have those type of situations, are you, in many cases, getting the deposit or the full amount before? Or is it a promise to pay situation? And you got to pay for your own flight and everything and hopefully get reimbursed?
It really depends on who you're talking to and interacting with. But me personally, I prefer to get my payment or deposit like upfront before I like travel anywhere. I expect my room to be paid for, flight, plane ticket to be paid for, and I still expect to get paid for the gig as well if it's not local. Like I said, it's important to make sure you at least get some type of security deposit or something to where you know that they are serious and they'll really pay you for your time and your energy and your resources. It is important for you to make sure you get some type of security deposit for your bookings or if you're traveling to a gig because you can't trust everybody, especially if you've never met them. Even people that I've known for a while, they've gotten over. I feel like I've trusted them because I knew them personally. Sometimes it's not always the case. You can't trust everybody. So just make sure you get a payment or some type of deposit before you travel anywhere.
So, have there ever been any gigs off the bat that you just turned down flat out like, no, I'm not doing it?
Not really, no. I'm
Okay.
pretty open to any gig as long as I feel like I'll be comfortable or if the money will be like worth coming out there for, then I'll do it.
Okay, so that's part of your selection criteria process when
Correct.
you're like trying to choose what gigs that you want to take on. And it sounds like you're pretty open as
Exactly.
long as the math is math.
Yeah,
Is
right.
there a
Right.
bag at the end?
Yes, as long as the
It
bag
will
is
be.
at the end.
It's gonna be a bag at the end of the night, you know. So.
Nice. Okay. With that being said, so we talked about just going over your childhood, right? We talked about your love, your affinity for the arts, and that goes on both sides, right?
Yes,
so
yes.
for not only the tattooing part, but also just as a male entertainer, and what that does for you and how you respond to individuals when they see you, and how
Yes.
you show up for yourself, and then how what people expect from you because you don't give them the same show every single time.
Now I try to make sure like every show that I do is gonna be something new added or something different that you've never seen. So even though you might have seen me perform once before, this performance is not gonna be like the last performance. I'm always trying to upgrade and elevate the standards. You know, as a young black man, a lot of people don't expect you to do something like pole dancing or entertaining. So I try to, like I said, I try to elevate the standard and I try to bring something different to the table. More than just ass shaking or pop locking. I really get on the pole and I try to express like what I'm feeling or show you something that's different and that you've never seen before. So
Let me just go on the tips for the people. Y'all be on that pole, y'all.
Yes.
Be on that pole.
he be doing his thing, and
Take a
like
lot.
I'm like, man, he got a whole bunch of upper body strength. So that's what happened when we become a vegan.
You know, give me the broccoli, man. Give it to me.
Right now. Have you had to deal with situations where people may be overly friendly?
yeah, I've definitely dealt with a few of those situations where people feel like they're entitled to you or that you may owe them something.
Especially after they tip or whatever.
Exactly. So I'm putting on a show. It's not just you in the crowd. I have an audience to entertain. So
Right.
regardless of how many drinks you've had or however you're feeling, I don't owe you anything. I'm putting on a show for an audience. So I would appreciate if people have a little more respect sometimes. I would definitely appreciate when people have like respect for the dancers and the artists that is displaying for them.
Yeah, definitely. Talking about P Valley, we had the dancers on there, Mercedes being the most prominent,
Yeah.
strongest dancer on there.
Absolutely.
Are there elements of that show, when you saw that show and knowing that you can relate to it in a certain element, are there elements of the show where you were like, you know what, that is a true depiction of the lifestyle of a male entertainer?
When I first was watching P Valley, I was in a little situation and I wasn't really like just being myself 100% at that time.
Okay.
But like now, currently, I'm exploring like different parts of myself. And I can say that it's pretty true. It's pretty accurate of the background and like the things that you don't normally see a performer go through or experience. You'll see it like in P Valley. We all go through different things and we all have our personal challenges, but we put that to the side and overcome it once we are like putting on a show or entertaining for others. So
Absolutely. And
it's bigger than ourselves at that moment.
right, and on the show we saw different scenarios that you depicted,
Mhm.
like pregnancies,
Right.
dealing with injuries.
Yeah.
Because
injuries.
Mercedes got injured in
Did.
the
No,
Season-
second season, because first season only 7 episodes have been aired. So
Yeah.
yeah, and so Mercedes got injured. And so have you ever had an injury while you were performing?
I haven't had like too big of an injury, maybe like a small scratch, or I might have been sore or hyperextended, like certain muscles that I use, but I've never
you
just
got no wood in the room to go ahead and
yeah,
Knock
I
on
never
wood.
just had just any like injury that's preventing me from actually dancing or performing or anything like that.
The good thing about you, based on what I know personally
Mhm.
and what you just said during the interview, is the fact that you have other outlets.
Yeah,
If
that's
God
true.
forbid that something did happen to where you're
Mhm.
not able to work when you get hired to work at, you can, express yourself and allow yourself to heal.
Exactly.
And that's why you work out 3 to 4 times a week to allow your body to heal.
Yeah.
So you do have other ways to bring in income.
Yeah, so like I said, I do have to take care of my body because your body is a temple. So if you're not taking care of it and you're putting all the strain on it, it's not gonna add up. But I do have other means of earning income, like my art and my tattoos. So whenever I'm not feeling the best physically, I can lean on my tattoos or my art to help me get through anything I might be going through at that time. So
Absolutely. That's the one thing we actually did not talk about was your art.
mm-hmm.
So we talked about your tattooing.
yeah.
So let's talk about your art. So how did that whole journey start for you?
I would like to say I've always been an artist. Like I said previously, growing up, nobody ever tells you that you can explore art as a career. It's just something that you do like for fun or when you're bored. But you can really make a career out of being an artist, whether it's clothing, whether it's painting, body art, creating clothing, paintings, doing murals, this room, for example. All those are kind of opportunities for you to earn income as an artist. And as long as you're confident and you have that willpower, that drive, then it's endless because art is itself, you can't really put it in a box. It comes in so many different forms. Yeah, it comes in so many different forms. It can be anything that you label it to be art.
So the term starving artist, what does that mean to you? I've heard the term. I'm not in the realm of an artist per se, right? I have my creative moments, but I'm not an artist. So when someone says starving artist, and artists are often not paid for their work or underpaid for the stuff that they do. When you hear the term starving artist, what does that mean to you?
A starving artist, kind of, to me, I would say it represents like an artist or a person who is kind of putting their emotions and expressing maybe what they may be going through. They're putting it into their creativeness. And everybody may not understand that or they may not see it as valuable in a sense, but it's just something that you have to believe in. Like what you're worth and you know what you're capable of. So once you confirm that within yourself, then other people will see that as well. And they will want to support you and help you on your journey. So
When you've done your murals, you've done your paintings and things like that, and when you first started off, you were just trying to find your way, right?
exactly, yeah.
And didn't know the response or the type of temperature of the people that may start following you or buying things from you or coming to you to get tattooed or whatever the case is. What was that feeling like when you had repeat people come through, people that started purchasing your artwork, like especially the people that that's listening or watching that has the pathway of becoming an artist or already an artist. Like, what's that feeling like to actually get your first transaction and your first client tattooed? Like, what is that feeling? What was that feeling for you?
It's really like kind of like an unbelievable feeling. Once you create something and you put it on display for the rest of the world to see, you're showing your vulnerability. So when you see somebody support that or have some type of connection or relation to your artwork, it really gives you like a humbling feeling. So it lets you know that it's bigger than you. Just keep doing what you're doing, and eventually you'll be able to inspire other people.
Absolutely. So the part of being part of the artist
Community, yeah.
how do you support yourself? How do you support other artists? How do you show up for other artists? Do you have a certain group of artists that you know of? And I'm gonna come up with you today.
Yeah.
Because I know that you got something going on. I'm
Yeah.
gonna come through and support. What does that showmanship look like being an artist, supporting other artists?
Yeah, so I do have a circle of friends or people that I consider artists, and they're my peers. So sometimes we might do like a service for service. You know, I do a tattoo, and they might take me some photos, or they might create me a logo or some clothing or something like that.
Yeah.
It really just depends on who you're dealing with. But overall, I feel like it's important to have a circle of people that are like in the same area as you,
Absolutely.
because you can always learn from them. You can always feed off of each other and create something better, you know. So just learn from your friends, support them, because you never know what they might be experiencing or how you can help them.
Yeah, how you can show up for them. And then when it comes to have you mentored other dancers or tattoo artists?
I've done some lessons, but mentor, yeah, I'm not really sure what a mentor, how a mentor is different from a teacher or, you know, an instructor.
I mean, in a sense, a lot of them, for me, so one of my biggest mantras in life that I've hung on to for a very long time is paying it forward.
Mhm.
And so the things that you learn, someone that's under you that's coming up, you would want to, or may have the aspiration of, I can help this little person, like come up or whatever the case is, but based on my experiences and knowledges and things of that nature, just in general, have you been approached with the opportunity to mentor individuals that, like, even at the certain places I've seen you at, seeing new faces on the poles and things like that, you can tell like, oh, they knew, whatever the case is. Are you often tasked with, hey, this is the P Valley sound, do this, don't do this?
I am like that, and I have had individuals come to me for like mentoring or lessons, and I try to pour as much of myself into them as possible to where I know it's going to benefit them and their style of doing things. I've taught males, I've taught females, and they've all had their own individual opportunities, you know, to where they can apply their own skills.
Mm-hmm.
So I just try to pour as much of myself into them as possible, because I know that my skill set will definitely benefit them with whatever they're doing. If they're trying to lose weight, or maybe they're trying to secure an audition or something like that. But it's important for me to teach them as much as I know to where it'll benefit them.
Yeah, totally. That's good to hear that you are willing to assist these individuals, because I think that's important. And it goes back to what you were saying earlier about creating that circle of people where you can,
support system, a community related to what you're doing, you know, and your mission. That's all that kind of works together. So,
have you had an individual that you've taught to, so you poured some good nuggets and like McDonald's nuggets into there?
Not McDonald's.
You pour some nuggets in there.
You're talking about McDonald's, man.
Of course,
He's vegan.
Yes. You know, they got Impossible. No, that's not wrong.
I'm going to Slutty Vegan. I'm going somewhere. I'm Pisca.
So where you've poured into other individuals, but like, where do you like set your boundary? If you notice that you have tried to help somebody and they're not either listening to you, or they just figure thank you for whatever and they just keep it pushing, like, how do you like deal with those type of individuals?
What I do is definitely a lifestyle. You have to put more than what you might expect into it, but overall the results are going to pay off. So when I have somebody that may not be as motivated or may not have as much confidence that it takes to do this, I just encourage them as much as possible. But I prefer just to like, I'll be real with them. Like, don't give up so easy, because anything worth having, you're going to have to work hard for it.
Yeah, absolutely.
So I just motivate them as much as possible, but you know, everybody's not there mentally, because dancing it's a lot mentally. It's not just physically.
Absolutely.
It's not just being sexy and being strong or whatever. It's a lot mentally. So if you're not strong mentally, then it's just not the place for you. So
You did mention earlier that was an outlet for you.
yeah, it is definitely.
And so for individuals that say, I just want to get up there and just be able to release.
That's fine.
That's cool. But is there certain, let me see how I can phrase this. Is there certain venues where people can go to for people that just want to release but not necessarily be in front of everybody? Is there certain venues you can recommend or classes, right? That people can take just to feel confident, to gain that confidence and feel sexy and things like that?
Yeah, so as far as somebody being comfortable or looking for a comfortable space or a safe space to explore this type of environment, I do offer classes, and I would say about $25 to $30, depending on where we are. Sometimes I might go to the park and sit up. I have a speaker, I have silks and a pole that I'll set up, and I'll invite people to come and join me.
Okay.
And other times I might be at a local club, so we'll be indoors. And that way you have a little more privacy to explore your body and your sensuality when it comes to pole dancing or entertaining.
No, that's dope, man. Like, what made you start those classes?
I feel like a lot of people might have asked or gave me like my props on, what I do, and I appreciate it. And I know
We're not gonna insert.
I know like I've come a long way, and sometimes people just need that motivation to help push them a little further and bring them out of their comfort zone. Because everybody's like, oh yeah, I'm comfortable, let's just do this, let's do that. No. When you're dancing or when you're pole dancing or exercising or whatever, it's gonna bring you out of your comfort zone. So you have to muster up that strength and that confidence to take you to the next level.
Absolutely.
So that's what it's all about. So it's about the journey. Not just the destination, but it's about the journey. So
More nuggets. So with that being said, how can the people follow you, Mr. Spider?
you guys can follow me on Instagram or Twitter.
X.
Okay, my Twitter is gonna be PLY8S8. Play it as Donald.
Oh,
D-O-N-O.
that's what that's been.
The writer is like, what's these letters?
Play it as Donald for my Twitter.
Nice.
And my tattoo page is gonna be Lotta Ink Donald, LOTAINK DONO. And my dance page or my entertainment page is gonna be King Spider, and it's spelled KVNG SPIDER _
All right, cool. Y'all make some noise for him. He made it through the entire podcast. So we appreciate you guys for joining. And definitely don't forget to like, subscribe, and share.
You're coming.
Until next time, we'll holla. Thank y'all for joining.
Okay. Take care.
Thank y'all for joining.